Good morning, you absolute bunch of bloody heroes. What's going on? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with a little Manchester United news video for you. Morning news video, that's right. We don't do many of these around here. We're not usually up at this sort of time doing videos, but here we are today. I hope you're doing well, guys. Thank you very much to everyone, one of you that's found your way in here at this time. 8:37 a.m. in the UK. You what? Bit strange, but here we are. We're going to give you all the latest Manchester United news. There is some news throughout the night and some stuff to get into. So that's why we're jumping on here to give you the latest break in Manchester United news. Call it like a morning, the pig breakfast. We used to call this the pig breakfast. Well, it's back. If you enjoy these shows, if you want to see more at this sort of time, on your way to work or on the tube or just in bed, whatever, then let us know by leaving a like on the video. Smash that thumbs up. If you're catching up later, do get yourself involved down below in the comment section and have your say. And drop a thumbs up and a share on the video. That helps us out no end. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button too. Let's get in there then, my friends. How you doing today? Thanks for joining us. Old Dirty Benjo, I can see Ellie. Shout out to you. Ellie Manduna as well. Roddy can't game. Yes, I am up early, mate. What's going on with you, dude? Abubakar Ahmed, how are you getting on, my friend? And also, Gangshi's in here. What's going on? Morning to you. Mount 0 Degrees. Ronnie Dodge. William. Everyone. Bunch of legends getting in here. Thank you for joining us. Do have your say throughout the show. Get your thoughts and opinions in. We'll be dipping in and out of the live chat as we do go along. So it's a fully interactive show. Get yourself involved in the live chat and get your opinions in. Right then, so let's cover the main sort of stories then, guys. So the first one, we've got an update here from Fabrizio Romano 6 or 7 hours ago, just before bed. He's posted in the wee hours of the early morning. He just gave us an overall update, which is pretty much the situation as we know it anyway. But just from Fab, we do like to use Fab as a source on this channel because he is a very reputable individual. But this is what he had to say. He said, Manchester United are discussing with Erik ten Hag about budget, players, long-term plans, staff members considered key points to reach full agreement. €2 million release clause, not an issue. Ten Hag and Man United are talking about the project. So that's as things stand as right now, and that's how I see the situation. There's lots of outlets, lots of different various sources saying, oh, it's done. It's 100% done. I mean, it's not 100% done yet. It's edging towards being done, but it's not a done deal as things stand right now, just so you know. But it is very, very looking promising in regards to Erik ten Hag being appointed as the next permanent manager, probably at the end of the season after he's finished his Eredivisie campaign with Ajax. So this is good news, guys. It's positive news. We're moving in the right direction with this appointment. It's edging closer. There are a few things, like we say, that have to be sort of thrashed out first, such as, well, you've got to discuss transfer budgets. You have to discuss player contracts. You have to discuss things like staff. Who's he going to have? Is he going to be able to bring in the players that he wants to bring in? Is he going to be able to bring in the coaching staff that he wants to bring in? These are all things that he has to be made assurances for and that he's got to be happy with before he wants to come, obviously. And then Manchester United have to be happy with his vision, with his sort of plans for what he wants to do with the club. And it seems like that is all, moving along in the right direction. But still a lot of things that need to be sorted out between all the parties involved here. Ajax need to be compensated. There's certain assurances that need to be made to Ten Hag. Certain assurances need to be made to Man United from Ten Hag. All of these things all have to happen over the next coming weeks. But hopefully that's going to be the case. Hey, we've got a highlighted comment here from Roddy Can't Game, mate, who's been a member of this channel for 28 months. You bloody legend. Thank you very much for supporting the show for 28 months. Resident Arsenal scummer in the live chat. Shout out to you, man. Great to see you bottle chopping it the other night, my son, to Palace. But anyway, Roddy, mate, thank you so much for supporting the show. Let's get a hashtag 28 in the live chat. Roddy, have a great night, mate. I'm guessing you're at work right now. Have a great rest of your shift. Thank you so much for being a member of this channel for all that time, mate. That is absolutely amazing. What a legend. Thank you for the support, bro. Right, so Ten Hag, guys, that is the latest with Ten Hag. It's all progressing nicely. There is, of course, things that need to be sorted out. It's not done right now. Telegraph reporting this morning that, or last night, I should say, Erik ten Hag is now discussing details over a contract. It is hoped that an official announcement on Erik ten Hag will be made towards the end of next week. So there's lots of things that need to be sorted out beforehand. Contract stuff, of course, how much he's going to be paid, budgets, all the rest of it. So that all has to be thrashed out before that they can make any key, actual decisions. But that's going to happen in the next couple of weeks, judging by what's been said in various different outlets, such as the Telegraph here, who are reporting that an official announcement on Ten Hag will be made towards the end of next week, and that they're now discussing the contract and the finalizations of that. So United are looking to finalize the deal That's still the situation. They're working towards getting Ten Hag announced as the permanent manager, probably taken over from Ralph Rangnick at the end of the current season. So there you go, guys. Although anything can happen in this crazy game we call football, there is a chance that something could fall down, or maybe another manager might become available that they're really interested in, i.e. the board. But then again, we'll have to wait and see. Also, this is what's been reported this morning by the Telegraph. Manchester United are hoping to make an appointment for the deputy football director role within the next fortnight, with a final decision to be made. So this is all sort of in line, with the new manager coming in, new approach, new sort of, thinking. And it's probably going to be, it looks like it's going to be Paul Mitchell that is the most likely candidate to be coming in as the deputy football director. That's what is being reported by various different places. Sporting director at AS Monaco, yada, yada, yada. Explain, he's got a relationship with Ralph Rangnick, of course, having worked with him at Leipzig. It's got links with Ten Hag as well. So, that's why somebody like that is being mentioned. There's also lots of talks about people such as Steve McLaren being talked about, and even René Morlenstein. So let's have a quick look at this, actually. So United are hoping to make an appointment with the director of football director over the next fortnight, with a final decision to be made. This is via the Telegraph, and that seems to be what is going to happen at this moment. So a lot of change taking place at Manchester United, new director potentially coming in, coaching staff being discussed as well to come in and support Erik Ten Hag once he's been made permanent manager. Mr. Steve McLaren, aka the Wally with a brolly, is one of the names on the list. René Morlenstein, we know about René Morlenstein being Fergie's head coach for 6 or 7 years in a very successful period of time for us in the late 2000s, early teens. So, very, very much somebody that we should be looking to get back into this football club. I think he's a great footballer in mind, René. And also, he's got the history and the link with Manchester United. So, somebody like that, we are lacking in those areas at the moment, dudes. I mean, okay, we've got big Darren Fletcher there, who's some sort of link between the board and the directorship and he's and the dugout. But we don't really want him, mate. We need actual proper sort of a first team coach, head coach, different coaches in regards to different areas. If you can get Robin van Persie in as some sort of, attacking coach or finishing coach or fucking whatever, just to help the lads out, because, this guy knew a thing or two about scoring goals, and that's something that we've lacked recently. But yeah, so there's lots of different options for Manchester United there in regards to bringing people in. We have to wait and see how long it's going to take for Erik Ten Hag to be coming in here. But possibly behind the scenes, new director role coming for somebody, i.e. Paul Mitchell. Also, there could be a new first team coach being appointed with Ten Hag coming in, and obviously various different backroom stuff. We'll keep you up to date with exactly what's going on in regards to staff at Manchester United on the channel. But there's that. Do us a favour, guys, if you just joined us, over 60 of you legends have found your way in here at 8:44 in the AM. You can still taste the toothpaste. It's bloody early, dudes. Thank you for joining us. Hit that like button on it. Let's see if we can get 100 likes on this random early morning stream. Give us a cheeky like. That'll boost us up there on the YouTube algorithm. It's free, and it takes just a second, so smash it up. If you're new, hit the sub up and get yourself involved in the chat in 1 minute's time as well. Yeah, Viking Red, how you doing? Says, Feenan and Fletcher can bounce. It's time to go. I couldn't agree more with you. We need a new change. That's not just the first team. It's not just the squad. It's not just the manager. I mean, really, we could do a change in the owners. That's the biggest thing, and some of the board as well. But realistically speaking, the biggest changes need to happen within the squad, but also the coaching staff and the manager, of course. You need to get a new vision. So Erik Ten Hag will be coming in with this new system, with his new vision, with his, hopefully, the ability to get United playing attacking football, but also developing youth players, just going more about the United way, like we should be. And then he should hopefully be able to do that, but he's going to need staff to help him. He's going to need experience. He's going to need advisors, and he's going to need other coaches to get the best out of the first team as well, because he's only just one man, and he's got a lot of responsibilities, and he's going to need coaches to coach the players to a good standard. So absolutely, yeah, get these guys out and get new people in. That's what we need to do. Get a lot of the first team players out and get a lot of the staff out as well. Ruddy Can't Gain says, what's that? Hang on, it's gone. Wait, what did it say? Ruddy Can't Gain, thank you for the £2 super chat. Appreciate that. Let's get a cheeky little sue in the chat there for him. He says, breaking, got the job at United, resigning Fellaini, says Ruddy Can't Gain. got the job at United, re-signing, sorry, not resigning, re-signing Fellaini. We could do worse than Marouane. We could do worse than Marouane, in all fairness, you know. Underrated player. When you actually look at the shite that we've got in midfield now, Marouane Fellaini was actually okay for us. Like, in hindsight's a wonderful thing. I personally think Marouane Fellaini was okay. He made stuff happen sometimes. It's got that bad, guys. It's got that bad. Yeah, Ian Dawn says, Ellie, I was so confused when I saw this video said live. Thought I was going mad. Yeah, it is a bit of a strange one for us. We don't usually stream at this sort of time, but yeah. Eddie says, I thought you finished about 8 a.m. UK time, Ruddy. Yeah, he's on a late night one tonight, eh? Good morning there, Mark Coughlin, Johnny M as well. Yeah, oh, interesting, Johnny. Rumours about Ronaldo going into Miami next season. We'll get on to Ronaldo in a moment. But yes, Dan, thank you very much for that. Right, so, right, dudes, let me just get back into the stories then for this morning. Thanks once again, everybody's getting in here. So, yeah, that is a big story at this moment. And in the next couple of weeks, United are going to be looking at appointing a deputy sporting director and also various different coaches and just different people being linked with the Manchester United vacant roles or soon-to-be vacant roles just because Erik ten Hag will be coming in. So people like, you know, Robin van Persie's even been mentioned. People like Steve McLaren, people like René Morlenstein. These are all possible contenders to happen. So in regards to Morlenstein, he could reportedly be Ten Hag's assistant at Manchester United. And of course, you know, he's been with Sir Alex Ferguson between 2007 2013. He's at 58 years old. He's had spells managing Angie Makchakalakala in Russia, Fulham, Maccabi Haifa, and Kerala Blasters since leaving Old Trafford, and also a brief period as assistant manager of Australia. You know, so this guy's got experience at Manchester United, and he's somebody who's progressive in his thinking as well. Steve McLaren is on the list also. And it's understood Ralph Rangnick's not really in contention for maybe being an assistant or anything like that after the role he's done at the club as well. But just, you know, he's going to be going into that consultancy role upstairs. It's a 2-year consultancy role. That was already set up before he'd actually taken the interim manager job. So it was always just a substitute temporary role for Ralph. And now he's going to go in and maybe, you know, hopefully shape this football club in a positive way in a consultancy role now. So that's pretty much what's going to happen with Ralph. Ralph Rangnick, let's get some love hearts in the live chat there for Ralph. I mean, I kind of feel like, you know, he's just like a scab, you know, like no, I don't mean a scab like a scab that you pick, you know, like when somebody like a workforce goes on strike and they got to get a scab in. Obviously, nobody's gone on strike. But he's just like a temporary worker there that's come in, kind of like, you know, P&O Stenaline or whatever, where they just sacked off their own workforce and then got somebody in on the cheap. That's pretty much what happened there with Ralph Rangnick. But no. Obviously, he's got experience there. He's got a great footballing resume, but he's been out of the game in terms of first-team management for a little while. He's had a tough time of it. He's pretty much had to mop up the shite that was left before as well, this squad of prima donna meltbags, and it's a very difficult job. I wouldn't say he's exactly set the world alight. He's kind of just kept that level of mediocrity going to, you know, the 10th degree, just proper gash every single week kind of thing. Still the same sort of thing that as when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was here. So in that regard, Ralph Rangnick's not exactly set the world alight, but let's get some love hearts in there for Ralph, because he's just going to like go into this role now. He's going to probably feel a little bit like he's, I wouldn't say, yeah, maybe failed. That is a word that I guess you could use, because it depends, though. I mean, we've got top 4 still to play for this season. Arsenal are a bottle job team. So are Spurs. I wouldn't put it past them to bottle it more than we bottle it. I mean, if we beat them in those key crunch games as well, like, we've got a chance. So he could still get us top 4 this season. It's not completely gone. But if he doesn't get us top 4, you'd have to say that he has failed in his job, which was to try and salvage top 4 for us and build for the future. But, you know, fair play to Ralph Rangnick, because he's tried. It's not really his fault that he's been given the job. You know, it's a bit of a strange one. He seems like a nice guy. I like how he's sort of no nonsense. I like his vibe in a lot of ways. And I still think that he's actually going to do a good job for Manchester United, you know, upstairs. That's the key thing for him. It's not just about this role. It was never about just this role, because he was already preordained to go into that consultancy role. Okay, what's this? Matty Rushmano has just sent me. Oh, thank you very, very much, bro. Okay, nice one. So this is very, very apt. He's just sent me this through. Thank you, Rushmano. This is a quote from Marcel van der Kraan, Dutch football journalist. And he said, one of the 2 guarantees Ten Hag wants is having a backroom staff which will fit him and Manchester United, and which will be good for him in terms of a total setup of changing the club's philosophy and identity. So that's it. He's going to have certain assurances about staff as well, and they're going to have to get the right people that he's got links with. I think it is good to get people that he knows personally, maybe, have that Dutch coaching experience with him as well, but also have some Manchester United experience. That's why I think people like even Robin Van Persie could be good. Or, we've discussed René Mollerstein, so Steve McLaren even. These sorts of guys are, not terrible. Hey, Bell6091, he says, we'd be better leaving Ollie in charge. We'd be better if Ralph goes to Austria job. Nice one. So, yeah, I've got a report here, actually. Eric, so you're talking about, there were reports that the Austria Football Association are interested in taking on Ralph Rangnick. That's also a report I was going to get onto in a bit. Thank you, Bell691, for the segue land. I kind of agree with you on your first line. What you said there, though, is that we've probably been better off sticking with Ollie. We probably would have been until the end of the season in hindsight. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. But we did have some fucking shocking results against the likes of Liverpool and shitty scummers, which led to his sacking, obviously. Over 50 likes on the stream. Thank you, everyone, for dropping a like. Keep smashing that like button. Let's get 100 on this early morning one. You what? The Austrian Football Association have denied that they have been in contact with Manchester United interim head coach Ralph Rangnick, with his managerial role soon to be, over at Manchester United, obviously. So there is a 2-year consultancy role he's got going into at Manchester United. But look, if a proper first team offer came in from the Austrian FA for Ralph Rangnick, then surely he'd be tempted by that, right? But this is what the reports have suggested anyway, is that the Austrian FA have actually distanced themselves from it, and they said, for clarification, this is a statement that they issued in regards to denying Ralph Rangnick had been approached. They said, for clarification, there was no meeting between OFB Sports Director Peter Schottel and Ralph Rangnick, coach of Man United, the Austrian FA posted on Twitter. So, in regards to Ralph Rangnick and going there, I mean, who knows? Who knows? After he's been moved on, or after Ten Hag's come in and replaced him, then I guess he could be free to go and speak to whoever he wants. If an actual manager's job came in and he was interested in doing that, he might want to take that. But Ralph Rangnick is understood to be, ready to go into that consultancy role at the club. Right then, guys. So let me just get on to the main, the next main story. Actually, I'll just get into live chat quick for a couple of minutes. See what you legends got to say about the Ten Hag stuff. All about Ten Hag. Get your thoughts in on Ten Hag right now. Get your thoughts in on Rangnick. Any of that business we've just discussed. Then I will get on to the next main topic of the day. But let's just jump into the live chat. This is where you can have your opportunity to have your say. Also, we do a big Q&A at the end of the video as well, so make sure you tune in and get involved at the end. Hey there, Ice Queen Gaming. How are you doing? Good morning. Hope you're doing well. Get in there. Get in there. JRB says, let's go Ten Hag, hoping this news gives a kick up the arse to these overpaid melt-bag bottle merchants, and hopefully they kick up some gears to try them and their place under Ten Hag. Couldn't have said it better myself, JRB. Hoping this news is a kick up the arse to these overpaid melt-bag bottle merchants. I like your style, man. Well, yeah, and a lot of these overpaid pre-bag bottle merchants don't even need to be here next season. Like, they should be moved on, regardless of whether or not they're going to get a kick up the arse or not. They're just not quite good enough, are they? I'm talking the human refrigerator, Slabbington Maguire. He can do one, mate. I'm talking Jesse Shingard. It's time to go to a mid-table gash team. I'm talking, Rashford even. Maybe Rashford. I don't know. We'll have to see how he does the rest of the season. But at this moment, if this Rashford stays like he's been playing, he can do one too. You've also got, lots of random elderly players that are time to move on, who've been good for us and are good players, but they're just getting on a bit. Juan Mata, Matic, Cavani, Ronaldo, all these guys. No disrespect to Ronaldo, I want him to stay next season, but a lot of these guys need to do one. And not Ronaldo, by the way. I love Ronaldo. But a lot of these guys, it's time to move on. So there will be a lot of changes, man. Hey, Daniel Lees, I am up early, mate. How's you doing? Miz528 getting in here. Raw. Hello, bro. Good to see you too. Timothy Young. You're all getting in here now. It's great to see you guys. Good morning. Welcome aboard the Bacon Express. Choo-choo. It's an early one. Next stop, Coffeeville. Yeah. Rangnick needs to stay and help rebuild the club, says Ben Roper. Love that comment. Well, that's what his plan is. He is going into the consultancy role. He is a great footballer, man. You can't deny what he's done at the likes of RB Leipzig, growing the brand. Not just the team, but the brand, the footballing brand of RB Leipzig to that of a good European standard side. So you've got to say he's definitely got a good history of behind the scenes work at football clubs as well. and other clubs too. So, yeah, hey, Paul Story, good morning there, good morning. Oh, lovely ice cream game and cheeky little bit of egg and bacon sarnie for breakfast. Sounds good. Oh, sounds good. I'm going to have to eat something like that after this. I'm hungry. Dean Pendergrass says, I feel embarrassed supporting United knowing Maguire, the Michael Myers doppelganger, is our captain. Well, okay, fair enough. I do as well, mate. I'm totally embarrassed by that. That's so mediocre. You know, you might as well have a mop as your captain, in all fairness, man. I agree. Like, he is very much disappointing to support and get behind. I'm with you, man. And it's just accepting a level of absolute gashness at this football club, which we should not accept. So I couldn't agree more with you. That's priority number one for the new manager when they come in. Eric Ten Hag. If it's going to be Ten Hag, mate, he's got to lay the smackdown on Slabby Maguire as soon as he comes in, lad. As soon as he comes in, that's it. I'm sorry. My captain is going to be not Maguire. That's what he needs to do. That's what he needs to do. Hey, Maurice Varela. It's going good, mate. Hope you're well too. Thanks for joining us, boss. Timothy Young comments, Piggy, I hope Ten Hag has given the time and resources to build a great team and break this curse. Okay, thank you very much for that. Before I get on to the other topic, I will get into this actually, which is something which it links into what you've just said. So the Telegraph this morning are reporting that Man United are prioritising the recruitment of a striker and 2 accomplished high-energy midfielders who will make their recommendations to the new manager. The right-sided forward area has also been scouted, but is considered a less pressing issue. This is via Telegraph James Ducker. So, and also he says, we're pretty clear. This is a quote from an MUFC source. They've actually got a quote from a source here. It says, we're pretty clear on who we want to sign, and we've had conversations with them. So already made contact with certain players. When the manager is named, it's a conversation with them to say, here are our options and recommendations, and these are the reasons why. This just leads into exactly what I've always talked about, which is these managers don't really have that much freedom in regards to who they're getting. Like, that's why I think we signed Donny van der Beek. Ollie's gone, they've just gone, yeah, we've got this deal set up for Van der Beek. Do you want him or not? And he's kind of like, well, yeah, but I actually wanted, Ruben Neves for 45 mil or whatever. And they're like, nah, we're going to get you Donny instead. That's kind of how I feel it is. But anyway, So that's sort of like the situation there. They're looking at signing players. They're looking at investing in key areas. That's what's understood. Whether or not this is just PR bullshit dripped out the club to try and give us something to hope for the summer is one thing. But it's obvious, isn't it? We have to actually spend this summer. You're not going to knock back a new manager. When you've got Ten Hag who's coming in, he's going to have certain assurances made to him about transfer budget. He's not going to be happy with Slabby Maguire and the bloody midfield we've got at the moment. They're a bunch of gash. So he knows that he needs to spend money on this Manchester United side to get the players in that he wants. They might not have to spend a huge amount because he's got certain links with players here and there. They might be able to do deals, whether it's Anthony or Gravenberch, whoever. They've got a lot of options there. But they have to actually have a big budget this summer, and I think they will. If they're appointing a new guy, they know that there's a lot of players leaving because they're old. There's a lot of players leaving because they don't want to be here anymore, Lingy or Martial, and there's a lot of players who should be leaving because they're just outright not good enough, a.k.a. the big human fridge, Slabby Maguire, for instance, guy. He's a fucking shit show. So these guys, there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of outs that's going to happen this summer. For that reason, they will spend. And they're going to save a lot of money on wages. All those guys we just mentioned there are going to be leaving. That's money off the books. They can generate some cash back as well from the sales of, just a couple of players on the books they might offload. A lot of these players are going to be leaving on a free man. Whether it's Cavani, Lingard, but some of these players will be offloaded for a small transfer fee, whether it's Martial for a bit of money, Bailly for a bit of money, whoever. So they will generate a bit of cash that way as well. And they'll have to reinvest that cash into the squad and also just invest initially very heavily in the summer transfer window to give the new manager exactly what he needs, which is a right kick up the arse in the squad. This squad's a joke, man. This squad is not Manchester United standard squad. As we've discussed it, 4 or 5 players in the first team probably actually should be in a really good quality team, first 11 who's capable of challenging for the league. This current starting 11 is weak in 6 positions minimum. So yeah, you've got to strengthen in this summer. You've got to get the manager exactly what he wants. New players, a new approach, a new change, different options coming in, and get rid of some of the shit as well. Paul Pogba, see you later on a free transfer, buddy. Nobody gives a shit. Let's get Tielemans, or let's get Ruben Neves, or both of them. Or let's get some of these younger, up-and-coming hungry players as well that we've been discussing over the couple of years, whether it's people like Kamara or fucking Haidara or whoever it may be. There's loads of different options for midfielders we could go and get. I'm not saying those are great ones. It depends on what Ten Hag wants to do. But, you know, he could go and get like Gravenberch. He's going to have Donny van der Beek as a new signing, essentially, if he does come in, right? You know, there's obviously areas in the team we need to strengthen. We need a forward player, guys. We need somebody who's going to bang you goals, 20, 25 goals a season. Ten Hag, this is also from the Telegraph this morning. Ten Hag will also have the opportunity to recommend signings of his own. United are braced for that input amid recognition that the incoming manager may have some very specific ideas of his own on both ins and outs and will also want to review the squad closely. Obviously, guys, this is what a new manager's going to want to do. They're not just going to want to come in and have to play, you know, have to sign players that the board want to sign. He's going to want to shape his team. So this is where the assurances have to be made to Ten Hag from Manchester United's board that he's going to be allowed to, you know, shape the squad in the way he sees fit. It's all well and good saying, oh, we've got this player in mind and we've got these players in mind that we want to sign as a club. Do you approve of that player? That's one thing. But how's about the manager actually says, you know, well, I really would like to go and sign this guy. And then they go and do that. That's one thing. He's going to have certain freedoms. You know, this is one thing that United's been shite at the last, well, since the Glazers come in, really, since we saw Eddie Woodward's face all over the gaff, is actually getting the freedoms for these managers to buy who they want. Jose was pissed off about not signing a centre-back. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer never got his CDM. You know, it's like they're a fucking joke, mate. They've got to start in, like, actually giving the freedom to the manager. Here's your pot of money, Ten Hag, this summer, 150 million. We can afford that. We get 100 mil from fucking TV rights, and guess what? We're selling a whole bunch of gas merchants, and there's loads of money coming off the books with players leaving on a free. So fucking go ham this summer, mate. 150 million. Who do you want us to go and get? That's more of what it should be like, I think, if you're actually going to invest and give freedom to the new guy coming in. Thank you, Bell691. He says, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Bell. Yes, there's over 100 of you legends in here right now. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining. Do smash the like, do smash the share, and do smash the subscribers. Bell says there. Thank you, bud. Thank you, bud. Sign him ASAP, says Batman Night Fan. Yeah, so Ten Hag needs people coming in, man. You know, he needs players coming in. One player that is also being heavily linked, Anthony, is attracting interest from the Premier League clubs, such as Manchester United, especially with Erik Ten Hag being linked with a job to Manchester United. Ajax are hoping to keep him for another season. That is what the thoughts are. But when you think about Anthony, Brazilian winger, right, 22 years of age, exactly the sort of player Manchester United should be looking to sign. Somebody that's exciting, somebody that's progressing well. He obviously knows him well. 22 years of age, this guy is. And if you look at his stats, I know it's the Dutch league, okay? 8 goals, 4 assists in 23 appearances this season in the Dutch league. That's pretty fucking good. That bodes well. Who's knows? I'm not saying he's going to be the next Ronaldo or anything, but he's a good prospect, and he's obviously well known by Ten Hag, and probably well liked. You look at what he's done in the Champions League, just to give you a little bit more, you know, idea of his statistics for a stronger competition there. This season, 7 appearances in the Champions League for him, 2 goals, 4 assists. Goal contribution of 6 goals in 7 games in the Champions League. Somebody like that, that's a good prospect, 22, and that's not really a risk, is it? If you can get him for reasonable money, then you should just allow him the freedom to go and do signings like that. Last season, he got 9 goals and 8 assists in 32 appearances in the Eredivisie. Players like this excite me. Players that are linked with Manchester United because this new guy coming in excite me. Players like Gravenberch. Players like, maybe even De Jong, if Barca would like to sell. Players like that. If United had ambition and wanted to really go and do something next season, then that could be a sign that's on the table. I'm just saying. It won't happen, but, that's what we should be doing. Otto Maniac, thank you so much for being a member of this channel for 6 months, buddy. He's got a highlighted member comment in. He says, I'm a member since October. This is a glitch. Otto, mate, well, fair play, my son. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Let's get a hashtag 6 months glitch in there. Appreciate that one, Otto. Thank you for supporting the show all this time, boss. What an absolute legend. Yeah, Bell691 says, Anthony is class. Good morning there, the Saint. How you doing? Good morning in. Welcome in the stream, bud. Do we have enough wingers, says Chaiman? I don't think we do, Chaiman. No, I don't think we do have enough wingers, in all fairness. Okay, we did sign a lot younger wingers, people like Amad Diallo, Facundo Pellistri. Haven't really done jack shit with them, have we? Just put them out on loan. They're festering away, not really progressing, right piss poor. Rashford seems to have fallen off the cliff with his form recently. He's big question marks about whether or not he's going to be a good enough winger for us in the future. I think Jadon Sancho's proven recently that he is going to be a good player for us going forward. He just needs to progress as he's continuing. He's starting to put on... he started to show what capabilities he's got, and he just needs to continue, with that progress is what I'm going to say. He needs to continue with that progress. He needs to get better, obviously, but I think we're starting to see that from Sancho now. And then in regards to the other wingers, we've got well, obviously Greenwood's not out in the kit situation. I think he was going to be a number 9 anyway, but as far as a winger goes, he's not in the situation right now. We are short in those areas. Tony Martial's probably going to be going in the summer. He's surplus to requirements. We don't want Tony Martial at the club. He's cash. So, you know, we do actually need wingers. I think Anthony would be a good signing. If you can get him for the right amount of money. Ten Hag knows him. Ten Hag likes him. He's a very impressive player. He's got that Brazilian flair vibe. He scores goals. He creates goals. He's a good prospect. It's a big step up to the Premier League, but you're looking at what he's done so far in his career and you're thinking, yeah, he looks like a really good prospect. He really does. Thank you, Otto Maniac, for that as well, for his super chat, bud. He says, yeah, darling. Thank you so much for the super chat, Otto. Let's get another Sue in the chat there. Otto, thank you very much for the super chat, boss. Yeah, darling. I appreciate that a lot. In the words of Ralph Ragnick. Right, so there you go. Anthony, guys, smash a 1 in the live chat, everybody, if you would like to see Manchester United go after Anthony, if we sign Ten Hag. Smash a 1 if you'd like to see us go after Anthony. 22 years of age. The stats this season do not lie. Very impressive. It's only the Eredivisie. He's also been capped 9 times for Brazil, by the way, and scored a couple of goals already. 22. 9 caps, 2 goals for Brazil. Come on. That's a prospect and a half, if you ask me. So, yeah. And lots of ones coming in the live chat here. We've got Chai Man says yes. Vinny Bullock says we've got 87 likes. Get it, everyone. We might even just get to the 100 likes on this early morning video. I don't usually do videos at this time. If you want to see more videos at this time, guys, a pig breakfast every day from about 8:30 till 9:30, whatever, then do smash the like on the video. Show your support. Also, come back after and let me know if you like these morning shows. Bastards love when people spell it like that, says Ellie. Well, it's evocative, isn't it? You bastard. Anyway, Lucy, thank you so much. Nikolai, Vincent, Batman, Javier Ford, they all think so too. Great shouts here. Bell 691, the man with a plan. He comments, Luke de Jong, Bellingham, Patrick Schick, Anthony, be a great summer. Great shout, my friends. That's it. There's lots of different options for us, and I agree. If we get hold of some of them, it would be fantastic. Big Bear, Big Bear's in here. How you doing there, Big Bear? Hey there, Footboy Brownie. All right, Pig, are you going to make an order? Footboy Brownie, is that serious? Have you actually got Footboy Brownie condoms coming, mate? That is, I mean, I probably won't order them, mate, because I bet the success rate on them is about 50%. But, as I said, they're probably going to have to rename them Brownies Dissolving Condoms. But anyway, no, I won't be ordering any, mate, but good luck with that venture, bro. I really, really hope that you sell a lot of Johnnies, dude. Thank you, Bo69, when he says, love the pig breakfast. Morning shows are good, says Johnny. I am up early, John Anderson. Right, let's get into the other big news then, guys, of the day. We do have some transfer news to get onto a bit later, but we'll save that for the end before the Q&A. Let's talk about this. Right, so let's talk about this. So, yeah, guess what? Cristiano Ronaldo's only got a responded. He's only got a responded to Instagram post from Wayne Rooney overnight, guys. Get in there, my son. Cristiano Ronaldo, Sue! Let's get some Sues in the live chat, mate. He's only got a responded to Rooney. So, obviously, the other night, Wayne Rooney went on Sky Sports and he did an interview and they're asking him questions. You know, Jamie Carragher's on there. Fucking couple of scousers together getting round being scouse. You know what I'm saying? And what's happened is Rooney said some comments about Cristiano Ronaldo, which were not very favourable, my friends. Not very favourable. As we covered on the previous video, actually. Not very favourable. This is exactly what he said. He said, in regards, they asked him about what sort of impact, or whether Ronaldo's had a good season. Rooney assessed Ronaldo's impact since he returned to England, and he said this: you'd have to say no. When asked if Ronaldo coming back to the league has benefited United, he said no. He scored important goals in the Champions League games early on in the season, and he scored the hat-trick against Tottenham. But I think if you're looking to the future of the club, you have to go with younger, hungry players to do their best to lift Manchester United over the next 2 or 3 years. And obviously, Cristiano Ronaldo is getting on a bit. He certainly isn't the player he was when he was in his 20s. And that happens. That's football. He's a goal threat, but I think the rest of the game, they need more. They need young, hungry players. I think they've got good young players. I think Sancho will be better next year. I think Marcus will be better next year. They've got good young players. I think Jesse Lingard should be playing for them because he brings energy, he brings quality. Scott McTominay's done well, so they've got some good young players. They've just got to have the confidence. Get them believing they're good players and perform at a better level. And then obviously, whoever the new manager is, he'll bring his own players in and try to rebuild that group. So when you actually hear those full comments, I mean, you can't really actually say what Rooney said is not actually correct. Because Wayne Rooney has said that, well, Ronaldo, there's struggles since Ronaldo's come in, which is true. He has scored some goals. He scored like 1 in 2 for Manchester United overall. That's not terrible. It's not bad. He has scored some big clutch goals as well. And he's said that the emphasis in the future for Manchester United should be on young players, right? Should be on signing young, hungry players. But by saying what he said there, it is almost like saying, well, Ronaldo's, he's more or less saying Ronaldo's not good enough anymore by saying things like, I think they've got good young players like Sancho. He's sticking up for Sancho. He's sticking up for Marcus Rashford. He's sticking up for the English guys. Even Jesse fucking Lingard, mate. You what? He's saying Jesse Lingard should be playing for them because he brings energy, he brings quality. Fuck off. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. I was with him until that. It just seems like, I don't know what's going on there. There is a bit of criticism going on of Cristiano Ronaldo, and I personally think it's wrong. He's gone missing in, a handful of games this season? Other than that, he's been pretty on it. It's not his fault that his movement and his quality moves and stuff in the final third has been ignored by his fucking gash teammates a lot of those games, and they couldn't create the chances for him. Some of those games they did, and he failed with his opportunities, about twice. You know, other than that, the games that he's failed to score in is because they haven't got the service to him, in my opinion. It's not like he's missing a hatful every single game. So I personally disagree with Wayne Rooney on a large scale in regards to saying that Ronaldo is not what we should be going for next season. You know, he's talked about going for the youngsters, going for younger, hungrier players next year, and a new manager coming in assessing the situation, man. Well, I'm going to be honest, I think Wayne Rooney needs to fucking shut the fuck up a little bit here, guys. I do actually love Wayne Rooney, by the way. He's England's and Man United's all-time goal scorer. But hang on a sec. Wait a second, mate. Hold on a second. Cristiano Ronaldo's looking 37, still doing bits in the toughest league in the world, still scoring, still creating. You're managing fucking Derby of the Championship, coming on here, criticising, Monitor. Criticising. How about you dust off the old boots and go and get the old band back together, Wayne, and show us what you can still do, mate? Put the money where the mouth is, lad. You're years younger than him. Yet you like to criticise. Anyway, he's got a point. I'm just saying, Rooney's got a point. United need to look to the future. We need to sign new players, absolutely. But he shouldn't be digging one out on Cristiano Ronaldo there. It's not Ronaldo's, it's not Ronaldo's fault why Ronaldo's not performed this year. We know he's the most dedicated, committed player in this squad. So the fact that, Rooney's having a little pop there. But anyway. So Rooney had that conversation. He went on Sky Sports. He's done that. This is the news. Ronaldo's only gone and come back. He's clapped back, so they say. And he said this, as you can see at the bottom there. Too jealous. Too jealous. He commented on saying, too jealous. Now, I don't know if he's meant to put TOO, jealous, like you're too jealous, with the eyes. He's put the eyes. Let's get some eyes emojis in there with a hashtag too jealous. Let's get a hashtag too jealous. Anyway, he's put the too jealous in the comment section. I don't know if he means too jealous as in there's two of you that are jealous there, the two Scousers, Jamie Carragher and Wayne Rooney, and he's having a pop at Jamie as well. I like to think that's what it is. That he's saying two jealous twats. You're jealous because, I'm going to be approaching 100 goals and you're approaching 100 kgs, and the other guy's fucking never won a Premier League title, mate. Two jealous twats. Anyway, or if it just means like you're too jealous, like hashtag TOO, oh Rooney, you're too jealous. But there you go. Let's get hashtag too jealous in the live chat. Ronaldo replying with that. It had loads of likes and stuff. It's mad. If you just go on that post on Wayne Rooney's page right now, it's fucking hilarious, guys. It's just everybody commenting loads of shit, just saying too jealous and slagging him off. Now, anyway, Rooney's entitled to his opinion, and in a lot of ways he's right. But at the same time, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Ronaldo's 36, doing it for one of the biggest clubs in the world and the biggest league. Rooney's managing Derby, mate, and he's younger and tubbier. He definitely should maybe just, be a bit more praising, I think, of his ex-buddy, teammate, Cristiano Ronaldo, and he should have maybe just said something along the lines of, well, the team struggled, so therefore Ronaldo struggled. But really, we know if Ronaldo gets the service, Ronaldo's the tits. Yeah, Malik Geechee, I think he's just too jealous, mate. He's too jealous of Cristiano Ronaldo's physicality, mate. Cristiano Ronaldo's natural ability, his fitness, and his physique. He's too jealous, man. But he's also right in one sense. Like I said, he is right, man. He is right. He is right. United need to look for the future. But still, no, I don't know why the emphasis is on criticising Ronaldo, though. What time do you go to bed? Well, I didn't do a FIFA stream last night, JUK, because I had a little late night nap. I've been up since, I don't know, 3 or 4 a.m. I completely shat the bed with my body clock. So that's why I'm up now doing a morning show. But if you do like the morning shows, then show your support by dropping a like on the video. You might as well. It's free. Boost us up there on the YouTube algorithm. Help us compete with the clickbait merchants and the charlatans and the corporation channels and the channels that say it's already a done deal and all this shite when it's not. Help us compete by smashing the like button, share it around, and subscribe and tell your friends about it. Nice one. Hey there, Shine KO says, hello, bro. This is new. Yeah, early morning show here, my man. We haven't done this for years, in fact. We used to do these. We used to call it the pig breakfast. And when I was on here to do it, I did them. But then I started doing those late night FIFA shows and it just sort of basically stopped. But I'm going to try and do these again. My body clock's got so shagged that it's almost reversed. So it's almost like this is just like before my bedtime now. So I'll go to bed after this pretty much. And then hopefully I'll be able to wake up at a reasonable time, do another vid and then do FIFA and stuff like that. Get into a new gash routine. Yeah. Remember, Rooney sacrificed his career for Ronaldo, going out drinking, smoking, and other things I won't mention, says Simpson. I'll mention them. Granny shagging. Fair penny is Simpson. Yeah, okay, yeah. Look, Rooney, look, I don't think anybody can criticise Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney's one of the greatest English players of all time. He really is. He's the all-time England goal scorer. He's the all-time Man United goal scorer. He was a selfless player. Rooney was a selfless player. He would do a lot for the team. He would work for the team. He said himself, his best position he feels like was the number 9, but he just wasn't involved in the game as much. He'd like to be more involved in the game, deeper, creating for his teammates, touching the ball more. So he was a selfless player and he was a workhorse. He worked his socks off for Manchester United. I've got nothing but love for Wayne Rooney, guys. I've got nothing but love for him. But at the same time, his accolades within the game of football, as great as they are, which we've gone on about, he has won Champions League, he has won Premier League, he has won, Golden Boots. He's been there, he's done that. He's got the T-shirt, he's got a stain on it, and asked his mum to wash it for him. He's been there. But he's not had the career that Ronaldo's had. He's a generational player. Wayne Rooney was a generational player for England, but I think Ronaldo's a generational player on a global scale. He's going to go down as one of the absolute all-time greats, if not the greatest. And so even in comparison, Wayne Rooney's career, and it's considering he's had a great career, it pales in comparison to Cristiano Ronaldo's, in my opinion. Ronaldo's still going at 37 years of age in the Premier League. He's the all-time Champions League goal scorer. He's the all-time Portugal, all-time international men's football goal scorer, all-time club goal scorer. The list goes on. He's literally just got everything, the 5 Ballon d'Ors, the Golden Boots. It just goes on and on and on. His record at Real Madrid is just ridiculous. He's one of the all-time greats, whereas Rooney is one of the all-time English greats. But I don't think that he can compare to Cristiano Ronaldo's career because nobody can. The only person that can really compete with Ronaldo's career is Messi. Yeah, Batman Nightfriend says, I don't agree with Rooney on Ronaldo, but what a player for us. Gash until proven elite, says Ashley Bailey. Ellie's loving that one, Ashley. Sylvester and Younger says, I respect Wayne Rooney. He was a great player, has done a lot for Man United, but I wouldn't take his advice. He's clueless. Respect. I said these comments to my mum earlier, right, as well. And, about what Rooney had said and what Cristiano said. And she was just like, yeah, basically sort of said the same thing. Like, well, okay, but she was like, is Rooney a bit slow or whatever, Oh, anyway. Well, I'm just saying, I'm not saying he's slow, but he's just your classic Scouser, no disrespect. But anyway, if Wayne Rooney wasn't a footballer, he'd just be some proper Scouse chav, wouldn't he? I'm joking. Right, so, but fair play to Wayne Rooney, right? I love Wayne Rooney. What a player for Manchester United. Pure dogged determination out there, personified on the pitch. Love the guy. All-time England scorer, all-time Man United goals. Come on, it doesn't get any more legendary for Man United than Rooney. Rooney's more legendary for Manchester United than Cristiano Ronaldo is, right? Smash a 1 if you agree with me. Smash a 2 if you disagree. For Manchester United. That's the key words there. Rooney is more legendary for Man United than Ronaldo is because Rooney's done it for longer. Rooney's the all-time scorer. He's done a lot more for this club. Ronaldo fucked off to Real Madrid end of the day. You know what I mean? So for Man United, let's be honest, Rooney's leagues ahead for Manchester United, but for overall in the game of football, Cristiano Ronaldo's the one, isn't he? He's the one. There can be only one. You'd call it honesty, says the Saint. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. I can see he's been very honest there as well. Hey, we got 121 likes on this stream. Thank you, every single one of you legends. Good morning to you all for dropping the like. On our way to 150. Let's be having you. Flabby G says Rooney had grown man tits while Ronaldo is the tits. I mean, it's fair. He's packed on the pies a little, packed on the weight a little bit from the pies, dude. He's been following Luke Shaw's nutritionist advice, I think, lately. Because, yeah, but that's what happens when players retire. They do tend to put on a little bit of timber. But Ronaldo's just a freak athlete, isn't he? He's got that ability just to stay fit throughout his career. Even now at 37, it's not like he's getting injured a lot. Cavani's obviously a very fit lad as well. Sounded a bit wrong when I said that one, didn't it? But, you know, he's obviously a very fit lad himself, Cavani. Oh, hello, sailor. Bit of a fit lad. And but he gets injured a lot of the time. You know, he's got tendon issues and all sorts of shite going on because he's older. He's 35. But Ronaldo's like some freak. He's like some physical freak. He's almost like got the physicality of somebody, you know, 10 years younger than him. It is quite ridiculous. So, yeah, he's able to stay fit. Whether or not that's going to be able to continue for the next 3 or 4 years, who knows? But at the moment, it doesn't seem to be slowing down that much. Sim says Rooney only managed to score 20-plus league goals 3 times in his career. Okay, Sim, but I bet those were probably the ones where he was played as a number 9. Remember that one after Ronaldo's left where he's played at number 9, he scored like 26 goals or something? I can't remember how many he scored, but yeah, that's a bit of a harsh stat you've just put there because Rooney was a selfless player and he'd play deeper. He sometimes would play as deep as the central midfield position lad. Of course, he was a, you know, your centre-forward type, but he was a selfless player. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect him to get 30 goals every single year for Manchester United because he was doing a lot for the team, getting a lot of assists and stuff. Morning, mate. What Ajax players would you like at United with Ten Hag? Says Adam Partridge. Hey, Adam Partridge. Right, okay. So, Gravenberch, Anthony. So this Brazilian lad, Anthony's 22. He's got very, very good stats and a bunch of cats for Brazil. He seems like a good young prospect that could potentially come in. And we do need some wingers as well because we've struggled this season with the likes of Rashford. Obviously, Greenwood's out. You know, we haven't really got as many good wingers as we were hoping for in the end. Martial's gone on loan. So we could do with somebody like that. Gravenberch would be a great option as well. We just need to, like, I think if you look at some of the players that he's previously managed as well that are no longer at Ajax, those guys are still available for discussion as well because he's got the link, he's got the relationship there with those guys, even if they don't currently play for Ajax. He can go have a conversation with the likes of De Jong and De Ligt and these sorts of guys, I'm sure, and maybe have a bit more having the ability to convince them a bit more to come in because he's got that working relationship with some of these guys. So there's a lot of those sort of top tier players. United should be looking for the top tiers. We should be going for those real super young prospects. People like the Anthony, people like Gravenberch, or Allah says Abif as well. You know, great shot. I mean, there's a bunch of different options that we could go for, right? Ellie says Rooney creeps you out. Fair enough. Well, he is. Yeah, okay. He's a little bit sinister. I know what you say. You don't know what's going on in that mind. Like, it's just like a hamster's wheel moving, or is it like just a daydreaming about grannies all day? I don't know. Fucking love Wayne Rooney, by the way. Fucking love Wayne Rooney. Anyway, what's going on there, George White? How you doing, you Rangers fan? Get Daily Blind back. He'd be an upgrade on Shaw, says Jordan. Hey, good shout, my man. Good shout. I like your style. Donny licking his lips with Ten Hag potentially appointed, says Dean Prendergast. You know what I did see, actually? I did see that maybe Manchester United were interested in signing up Christian Eriksen as well, just because he would be available for a free in the summer, I think. Nobody can question Ronaldo's self-management. He could easily play till 40 if he plays in the right system. Spot on the Saint. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, let me just go back to Dean's comment. Donny licking his lips with the Ten Hag potentially appointed. Yeah. So going back to that, they have that relationship there. He's somebody that's worked with him. He's somebody that knows and loves him. So that's actually he couldn't get a better appointment from an individual point of view than Erik Ten Hag, because that's going to revitalise his career. You know, he's going to be given at least a good chance for Manchester United in the Premier League with Ten Hag coming in. So, yeah, I think that's a good point. Hopefully that doesn't mean we don't cheap out in the midfielder positions in the window. Matic is going to be going, you know, Pogba's going to be going. We've talked about Fred and McTominay. I think both Fred and McTominay are good squad players. They're players that you can rely on to come in against some of the lesser teams, do a job, bring on the last 25 minutes of a game to see a game out, use their energy, use their passion to see out games. But they're not starters. They're not quality stars. So we need to get 2 midfielders in the summer, if you ask me. Hello there, Shine KO. How are you doing today, mate? Hey, it's actually a really good turnout this morning, guys. 192 legends in here. Thanks for joining, guys. If you happen to be new to the channel, some of you might be new around here. because we don't usually stream at this time. It's a bit weird, isn't it? So if you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button up, my friends. Get yourself involved in the chat. You only need to be subbed for 1 minute to chat away, so do get yourself liking the video as well and subscribing so you can chat. And Sonyu Tony says this rebuild might start with the selling of Maguire. Oh, we can only hope, my friend. That would be, if you've never had a dream, you've never had a dream come true. And my dream is to get rid of the human fridge from Manchester United's backline. But at the very least, if he doesn't sack off Maguire, because if there's no potential buyers for Maguire, United are not going to want to lose so much face on the Maguire situation. They're going to want to get 30 or 40 million quid back for him. They might ship him around in the summer a little bit, shop him around to some of the other clubs and see if they can get some money for him. I would imagine a club like Newcastle United would be prepared to pay 30 or 40 million for somebody who's an England international like Harry Maguire, who's playing at World Cups and shit like that. I'm sure they would. He's just not quite good enough for Manchester United, right? So I'm sure they could sell him to another club. That's what they should do. But even if they can't, Ten Hag's got to get the captaincy removed from Maguire and give it to somebody else. That's job number one, if you ask me. That'll go a long way with the fan base, I think, because, like, for me, I really despise Maguire as a captain. It's not like I despise him so much as a player. I actually hate him more because he's captain and he's bad. And it's not necessarily his fault. He's been given the armband. But he's not good enough to lead Manchester United's team. It's simple as that. He's not a good enough player and he's not a good enough leader. So that's what pisses me off about it. I hate it. I hate the fact he's the captain, okay? If he comes in and sticks with Maguire, that's already a massive blot on the start for Erik Ten Hag for me. You know, because who in their right mind thinks that Maguire's the best captain? Let's have a vote in the live chat. Who would be your captain if you come in tomorrow? If you're Erik Ten Hag, who do you appoint as your club captain? Who's your club captain? Let me know. So I would go as far as to say that there's 5 players ahead of Maguire in the lineup. Ronaldo stands out. Okay, he maybe not going to be here that long. Bruno Fernandes just signed a new long-term deal. Surely he makes a lot of sense. Rafael Varane won a lot of things. David De Gea, even as a goalkeeper, much better leader, much better player, much better standard to set. I mean, he's somebody that shouts to the players, that marshals the players a bit. You can see the frustration on his face. It means a lot to him. He loves Manchester United. He's been here over a decade. Like, he makes sense. He makes more sense than Maguire. I don't like goalkeepers as captains, but he makes more sense than Maguire. Bell69, well, you love your polls, don't you? He says, do a poll. De Gea or Ronaldo says, go on then, I'll do a quick poll. Captain, Ronaldo. Let's put Maguire in there as well, just for the fun of it. Maguire, Ronaldo, Maguire, De Gea, and I don't know, Varane. we'll do that. Oh no, Bruno. Let's go Bruno makes sense. Okay, so there you go. I'll ask the live chat. Who's your captain? Ronaldo, Maguire, Bruno, or De Gea. That's what I've put in there. So there's like 5 or 6 candidates that are ahead of Maguire anyway, in my opinion. So, yeah, do have a vote, guys. Do have a vote. Get your thoughts and opinions in. Everybody's welcome to have their say around here. Right then. So anyway, we got onto this. Cristiano Ronaldo responded to Wayne Rooney by putting on his Instagram post, "Too jealous," indicating that he feels like he is too jealous of Cristiano Ronaldo. The fact that he's an Adonis at 37, still doing bits with a 6-pack washboard abs. And Wayne Rooney is now done in the game, managing a championship side, maybe going to get relegated with them. Hopefully not. He's doing well, I think, but, maybe going to get relegated with them. And he's no longer the physical specimen that he once was. I think it's fair to say. But Wayne Rooney, an absolute all-time ultimate Manchester United legend. I've got nothing but love and respect and admiration for Wayne Rooney. He's maybe been a little bit too honest on this one. He's given his thoughts. He can't really say what he said is not exactly wrong. It's not wrong what he said. Ronaldo hasn't been the same Ronaldo this season at United. But I think he maybe put a little bit too much emphasis on Ronaldo and also supporting the likes of Lingy, Rashi, when they've had piss poor seasons and done now. It seems strange to level a little bit of criticism at Cristiano Ronaldo when in all actuality, there's other players in the side that deserve a lot more criticism. So it is a bit strange for Rooney, just sort of putting in a dig. But then if he's asked about Ronaldo, and he's got to give his opinion. So fair play to Rooney. He's just being honest. He's just giving his thoughts. I don't think he's personally having too much of a massive dig at Ronaldo. If you analyse what he said, he's just said, yeah, it's not been it's not actually been that good since he's come in. He said he scored important goals in the Champions League and stuff. But if you're looking for the future of the club, you have to go with younger, hungry players. that's not incorrect what he said there. Ronaldo's only going to be here really for one more season after this one. And that's a big question mark even if he stays, because if we don't have Champions League football, he might want to go to a club that does have Champions League football for his final moments of his playing career to add to the tally of awesome fucking Champions League football he's got. So there you go. Ronaldo hits back at jealous Wayne Rooney. I love that headline. Cristiano Ronaldo hits back at jealous Wayne Rooney. Let's have a quick look at this poll then, guys. Do have a vote in the poll, everyone. Oh, right, okay. So an early... Look at that poll, it's brilliant. So 42% Ronaldo at the moment, 29% De Gea, 27% Bruno. So pretty close between those three. Maguire, 3%. And that's probably an Arsenal or Liverpool fan or some scum or some Bants person. So they're saying Maguire, 3%. Yeah, that's it. I mean, if the new manager, Eric Ten Hag, comes in, if it is going to be Eric Ten Hag, that is, but when the new manager comes in, if they don't remove the captaincy from Maguire, it's already a bad start, in my opinion. He's got to make the change, do what's best for the good of the team, appoint somebody who's more deserving of it, like those three guys we've got on the poll, Ronaldo, De Gea, Bruno, somebody like that. Hey, only 9 likes away from 150 likes. Get in there, you absolute legends. Come on, where are you? Let's be having you. A bunch of legends, man. Right, okay, 2 secs. Let's get into this. So I have got a couple little bits more information here before I get into the Q&A. We're nearly done with all the United news. If you're just joining us, the biggest news really is just, Fabrizio Romano gave us an update just saying that United are working on Ten Hag and discussing the budget, players, long-term plans, staff members considered. So they've got to discuss staff members, contracts, compensation seems to be around about €2 million release. So it's not an issue. Ten Hag and United are talking about the project. So that's the latest on Ten Hag. That's all going to be progressing. Reports from the Telegraph that could be wrapped up as soon as early or towards the end of next week. Wayne Rooney, criticising Ronaldo. Ronaldo hits back saying too jealous. Hopefully referring to Jamie Carragher there as well. That's what I'd like to believe. Right then, yeah. So, and also just a little bit of transfer news for you very quickly before we get into the Q&A. Paul Pogba is understood to be waiting for an offer from Juventus as well amid PSG interest. So there's all this talk about him going to PSG. But actually, he's played for Juventus. If there was an offer from Juventus in the summer that was a good offer, he'd probably like to go and play for them because he's well loved at Juventus and he loves them. Not going to talk about much about Paul Pogba. Not going to talk too much about his future club. Who cares? Good luck to him. If it's PSG, fair play, he's going to go for a big money move in a Farmers League. If I was him, I would actually go and play for Juventus. At least they're a team that, has got that sick, awesome history, and he's already been at and that is playing in a more competitive league than that Gash Farmers one. So there you go. Also, Sergio Aguero statue to be unveiled on 10-year anniversary of title winning. Go, excuse me, guys, but fucking vomitous, man. Sorry, I just saw this headline earlier this morning. I was like, oh, fucking hell. Sergio Aguero statue to be unveiled on 10-year anniversary of title winning goal. City will unveil a statue of Aguero for that goal against QPR next month, the club have announced. So, yeah, there's going to be a Gash Sergio Aguero statue outside the fucking Etihad, mate. Recreating that goal that he scored against QPR to win them the league in the 93rd minute. Toss pots! Paris Saint-Germain to beat Manchester United and Liverpool to Christopher Nkunku. So there's lots of reports about us going in for Nkunku, but it's understood United and Liverpool, RB Leipzig, after the RB Leipzig attacker. PSG apparently have moved ahead of several European top clubs in the pursuit of him. He's valued at somewhere in the region of 60 million quid. So there you go. I don't think that's really good value for Manchester United right now if that's the price. We got a little piece this morning about Edinson Cavani almost being done at United. So medical expert Ben Dinnery has dropped a major claim on Manchester United forward Edinson Cavani, as per Football Insider, that he thinks Cavani might have played his last game for United of his career at United, because it says it's possible he might not play for United this season. He just hasn't been able to maintain that level of fitness. He always seems to be working his way back from something. He had that tendon problem at the back end of last year and then another muscular injury in Jan. A groin problem, there's personal issues in February impacted his training. We know he's got blah, 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 looks after himself, but at the end of the day, he's just an injury-prone melt. That's not what he said, that's me ad-libbing. But yeah, basically, Cavani is just an injury-prone melt these days, so he's probably not going to play much between now and the end of the season. It's time to go for Edinson as well. And there you go, guys. James Garner admits his loan move to Nottingham Forest has helped massively. Hashtag Garner for the future. Let's go. James Garner seems like a really great prospect. We've been following him closely on this channel this year, and him playing for Nottingham Forest has actually been one of the successful loan moves this season, where he's got a lot of game time and got a lot of experience. He said the Championship is a hard league. It's aggressive, and you've got to have all the basic fundamentals before you can then bring out your talent. It's important, and it's helped me massively. It is a tough, rough and ready physical league. He said it's helped me massively in terms of where I am today. And this is when he was asked about the academy. He said they don't just help you on the pitch. This is the United Academy he's talking about. He said they help you off the pitch as well, how to be a good human being, which is the most important thing. Like I said, I wouldn't be where I am now if it wasn't for the academy system, so I'm grateful. A couple of years ago, I was very fortunate to play a couple of games in the Europa League and took a lot of things from it. So this guy is developing well. He's had a good season in the Championship, hopefully one for the future there, guys. Get it. Well, I'm going to get into the live chat. We'll have a bit of a Q&A now, everyone. I want to say thank you to everyone that's in here. It's a great turnout, guys. Loads of it. I might have to do these morning streams regularly. If you enjoy these morning shows, do come back and comment afterwards and let me know if you think we should do it by saying hashtag morning piggy or something. Come back after it's finished. Also, drop a like on the video. You know, that helps us know that you want to see more of this content as well. I could do a morning show every day at 8 a.m. guys. I could. I'm a late night owl. I could just go to bed after this and then sleep until like 4 p.m. Get up, do another United news video for the day's news. That's right. I might do it that way because I'm a bit of a weirdo with my sleep pattern. Right, let's get into the live chat. Thank you, everyone, for joining. It's been a great show today. Lots of legends joining. Smash the like on the video. Get yourself involved. Hit the subscribe button. All that good stuff. Let's have your say then. This is the time where we hear everyone's thoughts. You don't have to be a member. You don't have to be a moderator. You don't have to super chat. Just get your opinions in there. We'll try and read out as many as possible. Bacon for breakfast, says Yuri. Messi or Ronaldo to Miami, says Johnny M. I don't think they would do that. Maybe Messi, because he's already gone to a Farmers League. But the very reason Ronaldo went to Man United is for legacy, to try and add to his legacy, doing it in the most respected league in the world. You know, he's not really going to add to his legacy. He might add to his bank account, but he's not going to add to his legacy going and do it in the MLS. No disrespect to the MLS. Good morning there, Steve Noakes. Chin May says, news coming out that Alex Tellez wants to go back to Port. I haven't really heard anything about that news, in all fairness, Chin May. But look, he might want to go back to Port. He was actually scoring a lot of goals, playing a lot of good football there. Maybe you could see it happening. Hey there, thank you for subscribing, boy. Nice one, boy. Welcome for, thank you for hitting that subscribe button, boy. Appreciate that, man. I need to unearth that fire-up intro you had. Yeah. Thank you, Alu Badeji says, you funny. Thank you, Alu. Appreciate that, bro. Pogba for captain, says Flabby G. Oh, my goodness me. Pogba for captain. Shine KO with the elbow touch. Thank you very much. Maguire must be sold, says Johnny M. Yeah, if they can sell him. It's like trying to, I don't know, if you're going around, handing out sandwiches, but you've got a tray of sandwiches, but your hand is just covered in shite. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the sandwiches might look quite nice, but really, you know, it's very off-putting. Nobody's going to... I really don't think anybody's going to bite. That's what I'm saying in regards to Maguire in the summer. They might do, because Newcastle got a shitload of money and nowhere to spend it, really. They can't go and sign the top Champions League level players because they're not there yet. They need players who are going to be prepared to have a little bit of a project for a couple of years to get them from where they are to be in a Champions League team. I think Maguire is actually one of those players that could do that. As the same is with Jesse Lingard, people like that. Devil of a Red says, great, thanks. Needed a holiday to get away from COVID. Still here in Thailand, though. Not nice having to wear a mask in this heat. Oh, Devil of a Red, I bet, lad. Fucking hell. Well, put it down and have a sip of the tiger for me, lad. You're sure someone from Manchester will nick the new statue of Aguero to pay their gas bills, says Mark Coffin. Oh, my God. Gas bills have gone up a mad amount. Okay, Ronaldo F up there. Denise is the same. How do you mean? Nine Wolves says, Delict is what United fans thought Maguire was going to be, except this geezer knows how to play football. Great shout, Nine Wolves 2007. Love your comment there. Something like that would be a great shout. And he's got that link with Eric Ten Hag, doesn't he? Gungshi says, Fred for captain. Hey, in a lot of ways, I love Fred's mentality, Gungshi. He's a right workhorse, is Fred. He puts a shift in. I've never once ever criticised his effort levels. You look at Paul Jogba out there sauntering around, jogging around, doing nout. Couldn't be any further removed, from Fred. Fred is an energetic energizer bunny of a player. He never stops running, never stops working. If only he had Paul Pogba's vision and intelligence on the ball and technique, then you probably had the complete player, because he is someone else when it comes to energy, trying. He puts in maximum effort, and I love that. But no, definitely not captain, though, Kanji. Definitely not captain. Definitely not captain. Brendan Rodgers seems to think there's still a player in Maguire. Is that a buying signal, says Ashley Bailly? Fair enough, Ashley Bailly. Yeah, well, he seems to think that there's still a player in Maguire. Well, maybe there is, mate. We don't know what he gets up to in his private life. I'm just kidding. No, yeah. Yeah, Brendan, yeah, no, maybe. I mean, look, why wouldn't Leicester City want him back? Johnny Evans isn't going to be around forever. Maguire's younger. He's got that international pedigree. He's obviously played for Leicester. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I would have thought they'd be one of the clubs that should be interested in coming back. Ellie says, I find masks uncomfortable already, let alone in hot weather. Oh, yeah, imagine being in 35-degree heat with one of those medical masks on. That'd be shite. Dark Dragon says, Sue, how you doing there, Dark Dragon? Channel member legend, Dark Dragon in here. Hello. Yuri says, which 3 players from the academy do you think could be promoted next season? Good question, Yuri. Okay, so I personally, if it was me doing it, I'm looking at who's maybe ready to take the next step up. I personally would promote Garner, because we need a central midfielder, and I'm not saying he can come in and slot in, but somebody to deputise and to progress in that position. So Garner would be one. I think Mengi, the centre-back, again, not ready to come in and slot in necessarily, but to learn and deputise and be a backup to some of the other players. You know, you don't need Bailly, Phil Jones and Lindelof, all these guys knocking around the gaff, when you can have a youngster who's learning and improving and getting better. So I'd say him. And then in terms of the forward players, you know, I'm looking at players like, Mejbri would be a good option. You know, Shoretire is another player that sticks out in my mind. You've also got, you know, there's one of those guys. Yes, Pig, put Pogba and Fred in a blender and you get the perfect player, says Gunshi. True, and a big mess. Fred's definitely getting better, says Mark Coughlin. Agreed, yeah, the role that he's been given recently by Rangnick seems to suit him quite that well down to the ground. Gary says, Pig, did you hear Ten Hag wants his first signing to be Neves? Says Gary Finnegan. I did hear that. Yeah, we talked a little bit about that yesterday. I mean, it's obviously, how do people know that? It's a bit of pure speculation right there. But at the same time, it should be. It should be on the list. You know, it represents much better value for money than going to get somebody like Declan Rice. So, yeah, I rate Neves. You know, he's robust. He plays every game, every season for Wolves, never injured. Very much a creative player, very much good, you know, good, robust defensively as well. A good playmaker, deep line playmaker, you know, all the rest of it. Absolutely a player we should be signing. Portuguese link with Dalot, Bruno, Ronaldo. Ruben Neves is the way to go, man. It's half as much as Declan Rice, yet he's not half the player. So, yeah, there you go. Scousey Red says De Gea has been a hero this year and doesn't get the praise he deserves from many Man U fans. Maguire is a disgrace. I had to look carefully to spot him in the last few games. Respect, man. Yeah, he is a disgrace. I agree. And you're right, De Gea. I mean, I think most of us around here have been pro De Gea. Let's get a hashtag De Gea love. No, let's get a love heart in there for De Gea, I mean. Because you're right, he has been our best player this year, man. He deserves a lot of praise. As he has been a lot of the seasons we've watched him since he's been here. He's actually been our best player a number of seasons. This season is no different. He is our best player this year, yeah. You have to question Pogba's mentality, says the Saint. He's not checked in the half the season of all. Yeah, that's right. He's 6 years of it, mate. 6 years of it, United, his mentality is in question. I've had enough. Get him out. Rashford is very poor form. He must go ASAP, says Johnny. Let's see how he does between now and the end of the season. He's got to revitalise himself now. Otherwise, I'm going to agree with you in this summer. I still think Rashford can go on and do some good stuff. But I want to see a bit more from him up here. I want to see him trying and giving it the passion and actually really just doing something worth us persevering with. Because at the moment, in this season, he might as well have had an invisible guy out there, really. We need somebody else in. Nine Wolves says, anyone remember Pig's Europa League final video saying Bogbrush Fellaini was an absolute Rolls Royce of a bog brush? You howled. I don't remember that. Nine Wolves 2007. No. Ashley says, in Dave we trust. Rubel says, De Gea love. Still the best, says Mark Coffin. Good morning, Mark Harris. How's it going, my man? Get in there. I am well. Thank you very much. Is that Mark Harris? Because Mark Harris is a mod. Is that actually Mark Harris, or is this dupe Mark Harris or a fake Mark Harris? I don't know. But Mark Harris, welcome in. It's a common name also. Ellie says, I don't go out much, never rev, so rarely worn one anyway. Oh, in regards to a mask. Yeah, Ellie, crazy wearing masks outdoors anyway, but you can get fined for not wearing one. Oh, really? Yeah, okay. They sort of got rid of all of that stuff over here in the UK now. You don't need a mask anyway, I'm pretty sure. First, we have to get rid of the deadwood from the club. Thank you. Yeah, the Saint says, totally agree, Pig. Pogba out. Pogba in his own world, says Ashley Bailey. Yeah, hashtag Pogba out. It is time to go. The comments that he's made recently are unacceptable. Rangnick actually should not have selected him in the last game based on what he said. But he did select him, and then guess what? He got a real tepid Gash performance out of him anyway. So very, very much a poor decision. Pogba out, he's got to go. Who's coming in as a defensive mid, says Harpreet Sandhu. If I had to guess, I would say we'd probably make a couple of signings in that position. 2 signings, maybe. I would say that one of them may be Ruben Neves, but who really knows? And Ruben Neves isn't necessarily an out-and-out defensive midfielder, but he is somebody that's a great passer who plays in a defensive position, defensive midfield sort of role, deep role, I should say. Hey, good morning there, Rob. How are you doing? He says, which players would you bring in position to improve in the summer? Okay, so me personally, if I had my way of bringing in, players in certain positions, I would definitely go with a striker, because we've got only Ronaldo after this summer, really, who's our proper striker, and he's getting on. And even that's a question mark. So definitely a striker. You look at who we could bring in. I mean, I actually would take Harry Kane, guys. I think Harry Kane's going somewhere this summer. I'd like it to be to Manchester United, I'll be honest. I think he would be a great goal scorer for us for a couple of seasons. What we need is somebody who could score 25 league goals with the service that and give them service. So I would say he could be decent, but I know he's going to be expensive, and I know he's also an injury-prone melt. So I can see why people wouldn't want him. But I'm looking at who's quality and who's proven in the league, and I think Kane would be good, actually. Darwin Núñez, yeah, so there is some reports about that as well, about us going for Darwin Núñez. One of the many clubs that are supposedly going for the guy, though. So who knows? And then in the midfield, I'd look at some players like Ruben Neves would be fantastic. Gravenberch. I'd also sign Anthony from Ajax if Ten Hag's coming in, that 22-year-old Brazilian winger. He seems very good. We need a centre-back, guys. We absolutely need a centre-back. I quite like Jules Koundé. I think he's got the pace and the quality. There's a few other options mentioned there, like Pau Torres. He's good as well, but he's I don't know. I just want us to get something a little bit different in that centre-back position rather than a big guy like another big Spanish slab. Well, I think Pau Torres is better than Slab, but there you go. Anyway, you think we need another winger as well? Definitely, Gary. With what's happened with Greenwood, with the progression of players like Pellistri and Diallo in question, with what's happened with Rashford, Martial now as well not being here. These guys are very much in need of a replenishment, I think. We need to get some new players in those positions. Steve notes, yeah, Gary, yeah, thank you. Ashley Billy, 9 Wolves, always rated Neves, think he's class. Definitely, Ashley Billy, what a great player. And also what I like about him is he doesn't really miss a game for Wolves. If you look at his record over the last 3 or 4 seasons, he's a stalwart in their team. He's always playing week to week. He's fit and robust, and that's important as well. Thank you, Rob. Anyone over the slab? Diallo, 40 million, mad amount of money. Maybe he'll just come alive next season, but it seems like we just loaned him out. He's not really progressing. Guys, I'm going to wrap this video up then. I want to say thank you everyone for tuning in. There's 169 legends in it. We've got 170 likes on the stream. That's amazing. Can we get 200 likes? Smash that like button on the video if you haven't done so. Help us get to 200. That would be seriously amazing if we could do that for this morning stream. Like I say, come back in a few minutes once it's finished and get your thoughts and opinions in about the video. If you want to see more of these morning streams, come back and say #MorningPiggy. If you want to see these morning streams, if there's enough of you that do it, I might try and make it a regular thing. Thank you, Bell. Thank you, 0 Degrees. Thank you, Gungshi as well. Your legend says we've got 170 likes. That's amazing. Top man. Thank you, 9 Wolves. Appreciate that. Thank you, Johnny. Napalm Def says I think we need to change of direction. These big money transfers I think need to stop. Yeah, true. Let's bring some more youngsters through as well, though. We need to sign players, absolutely, because we do need some ready-made players. But we also need to blood some youngsters and bring more youngsters through. Hopefully Ten Hag can do that. He's got a track record of doing that at Ajax. Thank you, Flabby G says awesome show. Thank you, bro. Yeah, we might be too scared to sell Rashford. I hear you, man. And people might be too scared to buy him. He's on huge money. Gungshi, thank you very much. He says, smash a like on the video. Thank you so much, Ellie, as well. Great to have you in here in the morning here, Ellie. I know you're a morning person, and I'm usually a night owl, so it's great to see you in here. Ellie as well throughout the vid. She says, like Spike. Do as she says. Smash that like button on the video before you go. Jarvis Cocker, thank you. Says, #MorningPiggy. I meant come back when the video's finished in the not live comments. But get in there, Jarvis. Gary as well. Do you think Donny will make his way back into the team? I do, yeah, Gary. I think he'll at least give him a good, fair crack at the first team, yeah. Whether or not you're happy about that, a lot of people don't rate Donny, but we haven't really seen the best of him yet. So I think Ten Hag will know if he thinks he's good enough for the Premier League and will want to give him. I think he'll want to give him a chance, though. Yes, Olsen, 862000 as well. Kerry E, Johnny M, Josh Lee, Ashley Bailey, Devil of Red, Bell, Jarvis, Josh Lee. Lots of absolute legendary members there. Thank you so much. I would take Anthony. I'd take Gravenberch, Josh Lee. I'd take those two straight away. Yeah, and then, maybe some of their ex-Ajax players as well. Get in there, Josh, Ellie, Devil of a Red as well, Cody Elder. Thank you for tuning in. That's it for the show then. Make sure you subscribe if it's your first time. Make sure you drop a like before you go. It's free and it helps out the channel loads on the algorithm. Drop the like. Also, hit that bell icon so you get notified when we post to go live, which will try and give you all the latest reports, breaking as and when they come, throughout the week. So please do hit that bell. Click the bell icon like your name was Quasimodo. Esmeralda, the bells, Esmeralda. Also follow us on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. And the website is unitedflyinghigh.com. So go check that out. Thank you, all of you legends. Thank you, Ellie, Jarvis, Josh, Ashley, Zero, Big Bear as well, you legend. Thank you so much, bro. Rob, Batman Night Fan, Napalm, Gungshi, Ellie, Scousey, Red, Jarvis. Have a fantastic day, everyone. That's it for the morning show. We might do more of these, guys. It's actually done really well. Like, a lot of legends in here. Hundreds of legends getting in here. So we might do more of these, guys. I didn't know people would be up at this time. But I guess there's a lot of people who are like just waking up, having a coffee, or going to work, or just started work, maybe listening with headphones on, shit like that. I'm going to do more of them, I think. We'll see. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, yeah. Road to 54K, Bell. Absolutely. We're not that far away. If you're new, hit the sub up. Right, guys. Have a wonderful day. We'll be back later with more Man United news as and when it comes. We don't post any bullshit, clickbait, regurgitated, fucking manufactured guff around here. No. Only breaking news, covering the latest stuff as and when it comes. So, if there's anything worth talking about, we will get on and cover it. But if not, we'll see you when there is. Thanks for tuning in. And also FIFA tonight. Sorry there's been no FIFA for the last couple of nights. I've shat the bed there. But I'll definitely be back with the FIFA action tonight, guys. Tonight at 11 p.m.-ish. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Big Bear. Hope to see you guys there. Belle, Ellie, Big Bear, everyone else. That's it from me. Stay classy. Have a good one. And I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy, guys. Come on, United. Sort your bloody lives out. Oh, and also shout out to all the channel members. I've now updated the channel member outro. Just working on the intro now as well to get you guys on the intro. The outro has now been updated, so enjoy. Here it is, guys. Thanks for watching, and take it easy. See.